It's Kiki here. Welcome back to my channel. So today is officially the 1-year anniversary of starting my YouTube channel. So I thought today would be a good time to do a video about me. I have included some snippets here and there in videos that I have a husband and a cat, but I don't think you actually know that much about me. So I thought this would be a good opportunity for me to tell you a little bit more about myself. And if you have any questions that I don't answer, you can leave them in the comments down below. Even if this is weeks, months after the video is posted, you can still ask me questions and I'll be happy to answer. So I guess we'll get started. I am originally from Ann Arbor, Michigan. That is where I've grown up my whole life, and that is where my parents and my younger brother still live. Growing up, I was involved in a lot of sports, so I started off in gymnastics, and then I did swimming, dancing, diving, track and field. I even tried out golf for a few summers. So I did a lot of different sports as a kid up through high school, and I think my favorite was probably diving and dancing. Those are the ones I stuck with the most, although I did swim most of my life too. But anyway, dancing was my favorite. After high school, I was fortunate enough to go to the wonderful Michigan State University. I absolutely loved my experience there. My freshman year was so wonderful living in the dorms. I made so many new friends. I had some old friends that were there as well. So continuing and making those friendships was just amazing. And my freshman year, I also rushed Greek life. So I joined a sorority, Kappa Delta, and I had just a wonderful experience. But I loved living in the dorms so much that I did a second year living in the dorms with some friends. So that was also a really good experience. And then my junior year, I moved into my sorority house, which, let me tell you, that is quite a year. It's so much fun to live with 50 other girls. You have so many closets to choose from, makeup to share, the whole shebang. But you know, that also comes with lots of drama, tears, whatever, cattiness, but it was overall an unbelievable experience and I would not change a thing. And then my senior year, I lived with 3 other girls in a house that were my sorority, and we had a blast. Even though our house we had so many issues with it. It had flooding, we had bees, bats, fleas. Did I say floods? I think I did. Among many other things. It was like the house that was trying to kill us, but it was so much fun living there, and it was a really good group of girls. So overall, I absolutely love Michigan State University. Can't say enough good things about it. And then during my junior year in college, I met my now husband, Evan. So he was in one of the fraternities there, and we met through mutual friends and at parties, and we just hit it off and got along really well. And I guess the rest is history. We've been together ever since then. And then after graduation, I got a job with a food company out in Omaha, Nebraska, which is not something I would normally think that I would do, but I just picked up my life and I went out to Nebraska, and again, ended up having a great time. I met at least like 15 other people my age that were also transplants from other cities and states, and we got along so well. We did brunches all the time, we had parties. I mean, it just felt like a continuation of college, and we made so many wonderful friends. And after I moved there a couple months later, Evan came out as well. So this was now our big Omaha family that we actually still keep in touch with and frequently do things with, and a few of them are actually in Chicago now. So that was a lot of fun. And after only actually a year and a half, we moved to Chicago. I got a new job with a food packaging company. So I work in supply chain and had the opportunity to come to Chicago, and Evan's job was actually able to transfer because their headquarters moved from Omaha to downtown Chicago. So both of us were fortunate enough to be able to come to Chicago, and that is where we live right now. So once we moved here, we got a little bit settled in. Evan actually proposed in spring 2016, and I could tell something was up, but he was really nervous, and he proposed out in Milton Olive Lee Park, and it has the city skyline in the background, so it was unbelievable. And then we had dinner in the 95th floor of the John Hancock building. So he did a great job, good planning. And then when we were deciding to get married, we figured it made a little bit more sense. We're both from Michigan. A lot of our families are still there. So we had our wedding in Michigan, and we got married last June 17th, 2017. So it was the most magical day. Oh, it was such a blast. I don't even have enough good things to say about it. And everything went off without a hitch. And then we went to the Bahamas for our honeymoon. And ever since then, we've just been kind of hanging out, living in Chicago life. We try a lot of new restaurants. He joined the volleyball league. I just sometimes attend to drink on the sidelines. And we've made some new friends here. We've had some old friends from Omaha move here, and then also we get a lot of visitors. So you can imagine people are more excited to visit Chicago than Omaha, Nebraska, but it's a lot of fun. We love living here, and so now next on the plan is just to keep traveling and seeing as much of the world as we can. We have a big bucket list of places we want to go, things we want to see domestically as well, but mostly international. So we're trying to get through that list and get things scheduled. Oh, and I forgot to mention, when we were in Omaha, that's when we adopted our cat Zoe. So she is 4 years old now. She just had her 4th birthday in August. And she is so much fun. I mean, I've always been, kind of a crazy cat lady. My whole family's grown up with cats. But Evan has never had cats before, and he actively disliked them. And now he is so obsessed with her, and he's kind of a crazy cat dad too. So it's all fun. We love having her, and she just brings so much joy to us. I know there's kind of a stigma around being like a cat person, but dog people love their dogs too, so I love my cat. Not ashamed. I'm trying to think of what else I can tell you, because I kind of told you more like story form about my life, and it's not a whole lot of just facts about me. So I'll try to rattle some off. Let's see. My fun fact that I always get to use when you have to do those awkward like new introduction games is I have never had coffee before. Not in any form, not in any kind of fancy drink. I've never had coffee before. So that's always a fun fact. My drink of choice is kind of a tie between red wine or champagne. It's harder to find champagne when you're like going out with friends. But then I also don't like drinking red wine when I go out. Anyway, those are my 2 favorites. Another thing about me that I don't get to do as much as I'd like to is I'm kind of a thrill seeker. So I have gone skydiving before, jumping out of a plane, and I have jumped off the Stratosphere building in Vegas. I'm not sure what else. I've done a few other things, but I can't remember. But I'm always up for a fun, crazy adventure. I love the feeling of your stomach dropping, being really nervous and accomplishing it. So I love thrill-seeking activities. Another thing I like to do is go on hikes. And I know my husband will be rolling his eyes if he ever sees this. He does really crazy, like mountain climbing with pickaxes against whatever in the middle of winter. So I'm not that kind of hiker, but it's the glorified walking with beautiful scenery. So while he's training for hikes, I'll try to go on hikes with him. We did some in Wisconsin. We did, the one in Omaha and Iowa is kind of a joke because they don't have any mountains. It's just glorified hills. We do a lot in Colorado. I have a lot of family out there, so we go there usually at least once a year and do some hiking out there. So that is another activity we like to do. And here in Chicago, we like to ride our bikes. We can bike down to Lakeshore Drive, and you have a beautiful scene of Lake Michigan and the city skyline. And And then other than that, we watch a lot of TV shows. Right now, we're starting The Man in the High Castle. We've rewatched Friends and The Office multiple times. We just put it on when we need a quick 20-minute episode. And we're waiting for Game of Thrones to come back on. So I guess the last thing I'll talk about here is why I started a YouTube channel. I have been looking for a creative outlet for several years and just been kind of struggling to find what my hobbies are, what I enjoy doing, and the things I've always loved and been attracted to is photography and makeup, which I know kind of comes into play here, but photography has always been something my mom has loved, and I have shared that love with her, and she's always had a nice camera and she's taught me some of her ways. So I love having a nice camera. I love documenting memories. And that is something that's a priority in my life. And then actually kind of on the same note, my mom has always been really good at makeup. She taught me from a very young age how to do different shading and different colors and where the placement of the eyeshadow goes. I mean, a lot of my friends tell me that they never had that growing up, and my mom was always very passionate. She didn't not allow me to wear makeup. She always let me kind of explore with it, and even if it looked horrendous, she was excited that I was trying it. So I have always loved makeup. And then I've also over the years kind of been a go-to person in my friend group to help people with their hair and makeup, you know, in high school with proms, and then in college, especially living in a sorority, I did a lot of girls' makeup before we went out or went to formals. And it's just something that I always love doing and I enjoy, and I get a lot of questions on products and application. And so I just kind of thought, putting this all together, it might be good for me to make a YouTube channel. I have more free time now that I don't have to do homework and study for tests, and I just work my job and then I have free time on the weekends. So I thought I would start a YouTube channel to kind of document different processes and how to do them and teach people my learnings. And it's truly just for fun for me. I don't care about the views and how many subscribers I have. I mean, I don't get bogged down with comparing myself to other people. I just upload these videos because I have fun doing it and I really enjoy it. And I don't want me comparing myself to others to take the fun out of this process that I have with the filming, doing the makeup, editing them after, and posting them. So that is why I started a YouTube channel. That's why I enjoy it. And I think that's all. So if you have any questions that I didn't answer in this kind of weird storytelling and random facts, please leave them down below. Like this video, and then don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you want to see more from me. I do lots of makeup and hair tutorials, different tips and tricks, how I do my nails, and then some other random travel tips and things. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye guys.